So first of all, good afternoon, wherever you may be. I just wanted to thank you all for taking some time out of your busy day and learning more about Hover and specifically how to stand out from your competition. So my name is Tom Bash. I'm a national account executive here at Hover. I started in the roofing industry about 16, 17 years ago as a laborer. I've installed shingles, I've ran crews, I've been a production manager, and most recently, before joining Hover, I sold both roofing and some siding. I also served 4 years in the Marine Corps, a couple tours of duty in Iraq. When I got out of the Marine Corps, I got back into roofing. It's been my passion. I really enjoy exterior remodeling. I've worked in both, a retail marketplace and an insurance marketplace, so I understand kind of the different needs and demands from those different types of markets. And I've worked in both a one-call and a two-call close environment. I've been out there, I've knocked on doors, I've had leads that were laid down. So I've seen all the different kind of spectrums of this. I actually got exposed to Hover about 2 years ago, started using it. At first, I had the same reaction as a lot of the contractors that I meet with have, which is, okay, this is another measurement tool. That's woefully wrong in many areas, and I had to learn that. When I learned that and I found everything that Hover has to offer, I was blown away. So when I got the opportunity to join Hover, that was a no-brainer to be able to be on the cutting edge of this technology and being able to share it with different contractors and helping them to grow, realize where they could gain more margin, increase close ratios, and give the homeowner a better buying experience. Those are all some great benefits of this. So my hope is that after this webinar, you'll feel empowered to use this technology to better serve your customers, resulting in increased revenue and profit. So what I'm going to show you today is how you have the opportunity to really change the way that exterior modeling is sold. So if you think about that for a minute, our industry is one of the last remaining industries, unchanged by all the advances in technology. I don't have to convince many of you of that because you probably have people in your office that maybe still have a flip phone. They may not know their iTunes password. So there's a lot of obstacles that had prevented it. At this point, we've made this so seamless and simple that anybody can pick up a phone, take a few pictures, and be empowered with this technology. So kind of with that being said, many of you are here because you want to learn more about how you can differentiate yourself, close more deals, ultimately make more money. But again, I want to thank you all for being here. I appreciate your dedication to honing your craft and strengthening your business. As you all probably know, Hover transforms smartphone photos into a fully measured, customizable 3D model of any home. If this is your first time being exposed to Hover, I'd recommend accessing our help center online and/or reaching out to our support team to learn more. So as I stated, Hover is far more than measurements. It's a customer engagement platform. I did want to show you this though. While we are so much more than measurements, the measurements we do give you are extremely accurate. We provide dimensions down to the inch. So we don't round up to the nearest foot, like any of our aerial measurement only friends. What this translates to is accurate square footage and linear dimensions that you can use to order the precise amount of material and cut down on any waste. So what I really want to talk to you about today, though, are all the benefits of this fully customizable 3D model of your customer's home. This is really going to help your sales presentations and ultimately your bottom line. This 3D model puts you in more positions to be able to upsell and cross-sell, which both mean bigger contracts. Repeat business, as you guys know, is something that's much harder in our industry. Most of the projects that we do have a lifespan, of 20, 25, 30 years or more. If you're able to sell to the customer more than just a new roof, you're now able to get maximum value from that lead. So I'm going to explain more of this as we go along, but I just want to give you kind of an overview of what we're going to be discussing today. The 3D model will really help you gain a competitive edge. There's several hundred of you on this webinar, but if you think about that for a moment, there's 4,500 roofing contractors just in the Dallas-Fort Worth market. So by being here on this webinar and learning how to use this 3D model to your advantage, it's really going to put you ahead of your competition. When you walk into your next appointment and show the homeowner their home in 3D, they're really going to be blown away. It's going to give you instant credibility in the eyes of that homeowner. They'll quickly be able to identify you as an industry leader. So no chuck in a truck, or layering in a ladder is going to be showing up to the home with this 3D model of a home. You're also going to gain credibility in the fact that you're being transparent. I'll show you here in a little bit, but you're going to be able to show them some specific line segments. I personally don't show, the square footage of the roof, but I want to be transparent in that I'm not ripping them off. I'm not overcharging them. The measurements that I have are specific to their home, and the price I have is specific to those measurements and their needs. So with this 3D model, you also will have effectively engaged the homeowner, in this substantial purchase. I read something the other day that said people are buying less things and spending more money on experiences. With that, what I mean is by offering them this 3D model, you're engaging them in this buying experience. You're giving them something unique. They're looking for more than just a number on a piece of paper. They want to be engaged in the process. So with this 3D model, you're giving them that buying experience that people today are looking for. The other benefit to having this, fully customizable 3D model is the ability to upsell and to cross-sell. And by upsell, I just mean, sell premium products to them. Instead of, showing them that architectural shingle, you can now show them a premium shingle. Or, instead of showing them their home with a, double floor lap siding, you can now show them what it looks like with some kind of cedar shakes on there. So some of those design features are going to help you to be able to upsell. And then cross-sell, you're going to be able to, if you're there for a roofing lead, you can now show them this fully customizable 3D model and get them thinking about what different siding would look like, or what new windows might look like, what new trim and soffit, and all these different products that you can more efficiently sell. So I'm going to start off here by just discussing some of the couple options, ways to get this model in front of the homeowner. So the first option, and this is the option that most recently I was familiar with as being in a two-call close environment. So the appointment would come in, the lead was generated, and that appointment was scheduled on my calendar. I went out to that first appointment. I took the photos of the home. I met with the homeowner. I told them about myself, the company, the products we used, found out what they were looking to have done, any questions they might have had, and set up a follow-up appointment where we could sit down and go over price and specifics with regard to what they're looking to have done. In the meantime, I would show them the different 3D models that I already had on my phone from jobs I'd already captured, to let them know that to be expecting this 3D model of their home and some of the different things they could do with it. This really engaged them and kind of put blinders on them to where they were only focused on what I was giving them. They weren't worried about going out and getting another estimate. They were really hooked in on this engagement. So then once I got my measurements and 3D model back, I shared the 3D model with the homeowner and allowed them to start playing around with this. Then I showed up, and essentially it was almost like I was taking an order. They had already decided on the new roof that they liked. Actually, one time I sent this to a homeowner. Her and her husband picked out a Camelot 2 shingle, never presented price on a timberline. They saw what they liked. They didn't have any idea on the pricing, but they knew it was a designer collection. So I guess they had some kind of idea that it was not a run-of-the-mill shingle. And they wanted to stand out from the rest of their neighbors. So when I showed up, I never had to present price on a timberline, and essentially took the order from them. So those are some benefits that you'll see by sharing this 3D model. To share the 3D model, if you go in online and log in, the share button will be down there on the bottom right corner. When you click that, you can enter in the homeowner's email address and type them a message. My preferred method was when the job was ready, it popped up the notification on my phone. I'd open up the 3D model. On the bottom left corner there is a share button. By clicking on that, you can send this via a text message or an email. After having met with the homeowner, I generally had a good idea whether it was somebody that I could text this to or maybe somebody that I wanted to email this to. But either way, it sends them a link and it opens up in a web page, and they're able to play around with this 3D model. I'll tell you now, this 3D model that they get to play with has access to no measurements, just design ability. So we don't give them any measurements. They just have the ability to change material on their home, start looking at different designs and colors, styles, manufacturers, and start getting an idea of what they want to put on their home. Option 2 works well in a one-call close environment. So this is where maybe you have a canvasser and they're generating leads, or maybe you're in a remote area where you don't want to drive an hour and a half to that home. You want to drive there one time and hopefully sign a contract, not 2 appointments. So with this, you're able to invite the homeowner to capture the job. I've also seen this work at home shows. There's a contractor that I met with that will, at the home show, he'll have his desktop up, the Hover platform, and click invite homeowner, sends the homeowner the information. The homeowner is then, when they get home, they're able to take pictures of their home. The contractor gets back all the measurements in the 3D model. They're able to generate an estimate. And then when the sales rep goes out to meet with that homeowner, they're ready to close the deal right there. Now, I'm going to take a step back. When I talk about inviting the homeowner to capture the job, it's really important that you understand that what you're doing here is giving the homeowner the ability to get a 3D model of their exact house with the exact material that's on it so that they can begin to customize it, change out material, see what different color options look like. This is a very unique buying experience that you as a Hover user gets to give to your customer. This isn't something that everybody has access to or is going to do, but you, being on the Hover platform, are able to invite the homeowner to capture their home and build a 3D model of it. And like I said before, they don't get any measurements. They just get the ability to do the design features. So I've met resistance sometimes when I meet with contractors. Some of them are like, yeah, this is great. We're going to invite the homeowner. Others are like, well, I don't want to make the homeowner go out there and take pictures for me so that I can make an estimate. That's the wrong way to look at this. A benefit of the homeowner capturing their home and getting a 3D model of it is that you get the measurements so that you're able to prepare a quote ahead of time. But really what you want to do is say this in a manner that you're inviting that homeowner to capture the job, to build a 3D model of their house, right? So it's important how you position that. At least I think so. We've developed some good marketing material around that. I'll show you that here in a minute. But so essentially, when you invite the homeowner, they capture their job, they get a 3D model back of it to change materials. You get back all the measurements, the PDF, so everything that you're prepared for that first appointment to present price and hopefully sign a contract. The workflow on this, typically you'd be clicking on on-site capture if you're at the home. With this, you'd click remote lead. You'd enter in the homeowner's name, phone number, email, their address, and then you set the parameters, whether you want a roof only or a complete, and that it's a single family residential. And again, you could do this from the desktop as well. So if you've got a call center or if you've got maybe an office manager that answers the phone and takes the lead information, you're able to click invite lead, or I should say the person who answers the phone is able to click invite lead, enter in that information, invite the homeowner. The administrator can then assign that job to an individual user. So this is great if you have a call center. It's great if somebody's answering the phones, capturing that initial lead coming in. This is a great way to keep that homeowner engaged in this entire process. You'll find that when you start doing this, the homeowner puts blinders on and they're really honed in on you because this is something that is so unique to your company. And again, like I said, our marketing team has done a great job of enabling us and you as a contractor with material to help being proficient in how you word this, that you're inviting the homeowner, that this is a benefit for the homeowner, right? They're getting a 3D model they can customize. Then there's videos on there that can help with the homeowner if they're struggling with, what pictures do I take or, that kind of thing. There's a video for that. And then we also have handouts that we can give to you that you're able to then give to the homeowner. So if any of this material is something that you want, reach out to us and we'll be sure to get this stuff to you. When I capture a job, I always captured it on my phone. I always felt that was the best way to do it. You can capture this on an iPad or similar device, but I use my iPad in the home to present to the homeowner. I felt that it presented a good screen, so that was my preferred method. I've also brought my laptop, same thing, pulled up the 3D model and engaged the homeowner that way. If you've got an HDMI cable and you can hook up to the homeowner's TV, that's great. You can involve the entire family in the decision. When you start engaging family members in design options, you'll see that they're really honed in on you. It's going to make it an easier close. So those are some good ideas. Also, I've seen a lot of contractors today have beautiful showrooms. If you can get the homeowner, the customer to come into your showroom, you can put this 3D model up on a projector or up on a TV if you have one. Those are great things to do. Then a homeowner can visualize what their project's going to look like. They can touch and feel maybe a couple different sample boards. So it really gives them that great buying experience that today's homeowner is looking for. So a couple things. Once you get this 3D model in front of the homeowner, there's some things I want to go over that you can do to help build perceived value in the pitch. You pull up this 3D model of the home. It it wows them. If you've ever captured your own home and you see it, it's kind of that aha moment, like, wow, I get this. This is why homeowners love it. So you pull up the 3D model, and what I suggest is that you really take them on the roof with you. And what I mean by that is, move this model around, show them it from the top down at different angles, really engage them and involve them in this whole process. This is really where I want you to demonstrate and show your expertise. You have to keep in mind the average homeowner is only going to replace their roof once or twice in their entire lifetime. If you're like me, we've been on thousands of roofs, and this is something we do day in and day out, multiple times a day. But for the average homeowner, they're not familiar with this process. They're really looking for you to educate them on what your team's going to be doing, the level of detail that you're going to take, and really demonstrate that knowledge that you have. What all that's going to do is really help build the perceived value. You're really going to showcase your company. So I'll show you one thing that I did that worked out really well for me and really brought out the best in the homeowner, that they were like, wow, that's great. I'm going to zoom in on this section here, this roof to wall intersection. So I would zoom into here and I would tell them, oftentimes this is, a spot where we have water damage, or up north, that's got ice damage. So we would remove the siding there, and I would tell the homeowners, we're going to remove the siding, we're going to run ice and water shield up the wall, we're going to install new step flashing, and then we're going to put the siding back on. And this is really going to protect you from, snow, ice, wind, driven rain, all those different things. It also helps when you're trying to discuss, warranties, to be able to show them that, this flashing needs to be in like new condition. So you're really able to hone in on specific areas there. Other things I would do, like I said, I want to show them all the linear measurements on there. So I'd pull up the measurements, and again, you'll see here up on the top right hand side, the two rulers are the measurements. Then you got the paintbrush, hammer, and level. Those are the design options. So if you click on the measurements here, this is where you can start to show them, the different roof segments. And what this does is allows you to start the discussion about, ridge vents or the type of material you're going to use, right? So you're going to tell them that we're not going to put a 25-year 3-tab as your hip and ridge, because your roof is a lifetime roof. It's a 50-year roof. Why would I want to put a 25-year product on there? So you're going to build the value in there. You're going to explain to them why you're using the material that you're using, and these line segments help to tell that story. It also helps to discuss ventilation. You can show them those things. It also helps being transparent. You're showing them that you're not overcharging them, that you've thought of everything, you've calculated everything. This estimate is not, we're not shooting out there at $400 a square. We're giving you precise line item detailed pricing, right? It shows that you care about the customer, that you've put a lot of effort or time into this estimate for them, and that nothing's been overlooked. There's not going to be any hidden charges when they're done. So again, you can click on ridges here. It tells you, there's 57.5 feet worth of ridge. This is areas that we're going to put ridge vent on. So those are some of the details that you can use these measurements to help tell a story. Then if you click on eaves, start talking about being able to cross sell. Now we can start talking about, you've got 189 feet of eaves, or you got 189 feet of gutter, and this is the price to replace the gutter, which I would recommend for these reasons. So again, this helps in that flow of telling a story, and being transparent about the measurements and dimensions, so that the homeowner knows that you've priced out their job accordingly. When you're doing siding, same thing. Click on the siding segments, show them the inside-outside corners, where you're going to put starter, where you may be putting trim, J-channel, any of these items that you're going to be including that, typically these are all things that any reputable contractor is taking into account. But the fact that you're going over this stuff with them adds a ton of perceived value. Back to when I was talking about the roof to wall intersection and replacing the siding and running ice and water shield up the wall. Again, that's stuff that any reputable contractor is going to do. But the fact that I took the time to explain it to the homeowner and to really show them that, what that's done is for the homeowner, it's built in a mental checklist of everything that they're now looking for another contractor to present to them. And when that other contractor doesn't go over those things or present those ideas or talk about the different details that they're looking at, it kind of diminishes the value or the perceived value of that contractor. Great story we had recently where a contractor went to a home. His price was around $25,000. A homeowner had a price around $17,000. Another estimate in at around $18,000. The homeowner chose the contractor that was using Hover that had the $25,000 price, because the homeowner believed that the contractor was had more value, was going to was going to pay more attention to them, had thought of everything, and they were willing to pay the extra money because they believed that they were in the best hands with that contractor. So that's what we're looking for. That's what a homeowner is looking for. They want to see the value. They want to know that their needs are being addressed, and they want everything to be transparent. Again, talking about cross-selling, here you have the option now to start talking about windows or different trim around the windows. All these different line segments, dimensions, these are all good to showcase the different areas of the home that may be a potential upsell. Again, other contractors I know have also used things like, if they're out there for a roofing lead, they'll use these siding dimensions and window dimensions to, in the winter or in the slow time, they'll use these to as like a rehash or a be-back, or they'll use these to re-engage the homeowner to see maybe they're interested in getting their siding done now, or maybe they're interested in getting their windows done. So I know for us, as long as we didn't do anything to lose that homeowner's confidence or trust, that they were likely going to call us back to have us do another exterior remodel. Another thing that this is great for, by capturing a job as a roofer, which I always ordered these completes because what I found is that I would go there for a roofing appointment and the homeowner would start talking to me about siding. They were thinking about doing siding in 3-4 years or maybe next year. But hey, let's start looking at what our siding could look like in the double 4 panel in blue. And so we'd look at that and they'd ask me for a price on it. Now, typically I didn't sell siding before using Hover. I sold strictly roofing. The reason was because I was on 100% commission. I didn't make any money pulling a tape measure. All my money was made sitting at the kitchen table with the homeowner, going over all these different things that I'm talking about now. So I found tremendous value in spending a minute and a half to take all these pictures and getting all the measurements versus spending an hour and a half potentially wasting my time measuring a home. I found a tremendous amount of value in having all these dimensions at my fingertips. I didn't sell siding because of this. I sold a ton of siding. Some other things you can do, if you click on, for instance, I clicked on surface areas and then you click on the white soffit. Here you're able to kind of showcase the soffit material. You're able to talk about ventilation. It kind of gets that conversation going. Again, you could click on siding, same thing, start showcasing that siding material and discuss the benefits and different things like that. So I want to show you about what the ability to change material looks like. I'm going to go through some of these different changes material. So for instance, if you click on roof here, we can show the homeowner what a different roof would look like on their home. Here I've clicked on an American Harvest and I've clicked on the color Golden Harvest. This gives the homeowner great representation of what a specific color looks like on their specific home, right? I know we've all had the homeowner that's called in and asked to see a list of homes in their neighborhood that are in Golden Harvest or whatever color, so that they can go take a look at it. This really helps the homeowner visualize what they're purchasing. This is also a great way to upsell. Again, I sent this model to a homeowner. They picked out Camelot 2 shingle without any of my help because I shared this model with them. This is a great way to upsell. So here I've clicked on like a Grand Sequoia, a weathered wood, zoomed in so we could really see that detail. This will really help the ability to upsell. This 3D model, what you'll find out is that it gives you more of those opportunities. I always also recommend that present a homeowner with a good, better, best. You just never know when they're going to want to upsell themselves. So this is great because it puts it all right there. They can click on all the products. They can see what a Camelot 2 looks like, or a Grand Sequoia or Sienna. Whatever the product is, they're able to visualize that. And when they're able to visualize that, it's easier to swallow the price tag with it. So again, we can start discussing siding. I can click on the siding material and start showcasing what different siding would look like on that home. So here I've clicked on James Hardy lap beaded cedar mill. So you can see a great level of detail in there. Again, this is really going to help drive up your ticket prices, get bigger contracts, better margins, be more profitable. Everything I've showed you is on a complete 3D model. The one that lets a roof only, if you order a roof only, you can always upgrade it to a complete. Just reach out to our support team. We'll upgrade that. It's just the difference in cost there from a complete to a roof only is all that you pay. The complete, you'll find, that's all I ever ordered. That gives the homeowner such a good visual and so much more to discuss with the homeowner. You'll find tremendous value in offering that complete 3D model. So another benefit, you can also add your logo to the PDF and to the 3D model. This is great, again, to build that rapport with the homeowner, show that perceived value. It's a great way to get your brand in front of them. If you have designers on staff, or if any of you guys are, or girls are, you're able to take this 3D model, export it into some kind of AutoCAD program like a SketchUp, and start doing some renovations to it, like additions and stuff. So this will give you the ability to do some more customization that is outside of the realm of our platform. Up on the screen are just a few success stories that we've been able to kind of compile onto this screen. There's several more. I would encourage you to visit our website, check out the blog. There's so many great success stories in here. I recently met with Dan and Matt over at Griman Construction. Those guys have seen over 2x increase in revenue since they started using the platform. They're able to engage the homeowner better. It's helping them have the homeowner decide on color quicker. They're able to run more leads. They're able to run them more efficiently. So they've seen a tremendous amount of value, but definitely read some of these blogs. If nothing more, then you'll see a good idea here or a good idea there that you may be able to implement in your company that can really help take you to that next level. So read those testimonials on there. They're highly beneficial for you. So some upcoming features. This design version 2, you may have heard about it. This is actively in the works. What you'll be able to do here is, isolate a gable, put shakes in there, pull 4 feet up from the ground and put a stone veneer around the front of the home. So this will allow you to do all those different kind of accent features. We've heard you guys loud and clear that this is something that you want the ability to do. And so we've taken that feedback and are actively working to be able to include that. So that's what I have for the presentation. Please, please, please reach out to us if we can come and help and train your staff, train your sales team, your production teams. We've got a great team that is really able to go into more specific details around your company and maybe your workflow and help you better utilize this platform. So the phone number's there. The support address is there, the email address, the chat function on here. If you have a question, please type it in. If you have questions within the app, please click on that button up on the top left corner, click on support, contact the Hover team. That'll open up a live web chat at any time in the app. Somebody will answer you generally from 8 to 5, 5:30. If it's after those hours, somebody usually answers to you. It's just not as quick. But so if you have a question, a great thing for that too, guys, if a job's going to fail, it's generally going to fail within the first 10, 15, 20 minutes. Generally speaking, you're still on site. And if there may be wondering why it failed, you can reach out to their ask. They'll take a look at the pictures and help you maybe get a better shot or a better angle. So it's a great function. Please use it. And you can also access that same web chat from on the website. Thank you, all you guys and girls that are out there for tuning into this. I just want to sum up, really utilize this 3D model to help you sell in the home. You're going to be able to cross-sell, you're going to be able to upsell. So please take advantage of it and reach out to us with any questions. So thank you. Have a great day.